Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will be studying about the push-pull communication model of IoT. So here, the data producers will push the data to the queues here. That is, the publisher will push the data to the queues. Then the customers pull the data from the queues. These customers or consumers. Okay. So here, these will pull the data from the queues, and the producers, these will not be aware of the consumers. Okay. So that is, the publisher is not aware of the consumer. That is, it is not necessarily that the publishers or the producers will be aware of the consumer. And here the queues will help in decoupling of the messages, and also it helps in situation of mismatch between the rates at which the producer will push the data and the consumer will pull the data. Okay. So here it will help in this situation whenever there is a mismatch between the rates of the publisher and the consumer. So here there are two ways the information can reach from one system to the another. First one is the pull model, that is the client will ask for the data. So here the client will pull information whenever it needs, that is request. It is nothing but the request, and the server will respond only when the client asks for something, that is whenever something is asked to it. So here it is a client initiated communication. In pull model, it is the client initiated communication model because the client will be requesting for the information. Then second is the push model, where the server sends the data without being asked. Okay. So here the server will push the information, that is it will send the information automatically whenever a new data is available, and the client here does not need to ask every time. Okay. So here that is the server will send the data without client will not ask every time that send me data. So here the server will automatically send the data even if the client is not asking. So here it is what it is a server initiated communication. So pull model is a client initiated communication because here the client will be requesting for the data or client will be requesting for some information. But here in push model, it is a server initiated communication because the server will be pushing the data here. Now, one example for pull model. Here it is the cloud will ask a sensor for temperature only when it is needed. Fine. So here the cloud is asking a sensor for temperature only when it is needed. And here one example is a weather station which will update the data only when the dashboard requests. Okay. So here this is an example of these two are the example of the pull model. Now coming to the push model, here the sensor will automatically send updates to the cloud every 10 seconds. So here the cloud is asking for a sensor for temperature only when it is needed in pull model. But in push model, what happens? The sensor will automatically sending updates to the cloud every 10 seconds. Okay. So there is no need of the client to ask for the server here for the data to be sent. But what happens here in push model, what we have seen, the client does not need to ask every time. So even though the cloud is not asking for the temperature, then also the sensor will be automatically sending the updates to the cloud. An example here are smart meters sending the electricity usage, then heart rate sensor sending data continuously, and the CCTV cameras pushing live feed. Okay, so these are some examples of the pull and the push model in the IoT. Thank you.